Hey everyone, Shelby here. Welcome to part 3 of my Piano Fundamentals series. Today we're going to be talking about tonality. Most songs that you come across are going to belong to a key. So a key or a scale, I use those terms interchangeably, can be thought of as your palette of colors. So if you're a painter, you have all these colors available to you, but you don't necessarily want to use every single color you have for every painting. So a certain painting might only call for a specific palette of colors. Similarly, on the piano, there's 12 different notes that we can play, but every song's not going to call for all 12 notes. So you'll often find that a song is only really using 7 different notes. That's why it's important to know your major and minor scales. If a song's in the key of G major and you know how to play your G major scale, then you've already narrowed down the number of notes that you'll be using in the song. Now, the key may change over the course of the song, but at any given point in time, you should be able to identify the scale that the melody is adhering to. Let me play the C major scale for you. Sounds pretty nice, right? The major scale is the building block for so much music. But why is it that these 7 notes work so well together? Well, what if I told you that the answer actually lies in physics? Whenever I play a single note on piano, I'm not just hearing that one frequency. If I did, it would sound like this. That's a pure sine wave playing a C. When I play a piano, notice the difference in sound. This is because I'm also hearing a series of overtones or harmonics on top of that C. So within this one note, I'm also hearing an overtone of a C octave above, and then a fifth above that, another C, another octave higher, and E, a third above that. And the harmonic series continues up from there. But these overtones are responsible for the rich tone of the piano, or its timbre. Every instrument's unique timbre is created by the relative volumes of these overtones. So along with the fundamental, or the main pitch we hear when we play that note, we're also hearing, contained in these first 4 harmonics, a C major triad, which explains why the major triad just sounds so right to our ears. So we'll come back to chords later, but for now I want to focus on these first 2 harmonics. They create an interval of a fifth. Now a fifth is basically the most consonant interval. Any 2 notes a fifth apart from each other just blend really well together. And that relationship of a fifth is going to be something that we see a lot as we're studying harmony. For example, the circle of fifths arranges our 12 notes in a different way than the piano. On piano, notes are arranged chromatically, meaning that every note is a half step away from its neighbor. On the circle of fifths, notes are arranged by fifths. So we see C, and then G, and then D, A, E, B. Let's try starting on F and going around the circle of fifths. F, C, G, D, A, E, and B. So we've just played all 7 of the white keys. If we arrange them so they all fit within 1 octave, we find that those notes make up the C major scale. So by looking at the circle of fifths, we can see how those notes are closely related to each other by fifths, and thus why the major scale sounds so consonant to our ears. Now, it's going to be important to know these scales when you start learning songs, because it's going to save you a lot of time figuring out what notes to use. So let's say I'm trying to learn You Are the Sunshine of My Life by Stevie Wonder. I can start just searching around on the piano for the notes, but if I know that this song is in the key of B major, then all I have to do is learn my B major scale, and when I go to figure out the melody, I'm going to have a much easier time with it because I've narrowed down the 7 possible notes that I can use. So the key takeaway from this video is learn your major scales. If you don't know all 12 of your major scales, I challenge you this week to pick one that you don't know already and learn it. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Drop a comment below if you're enjoying these, and I'll see you next time. Happy practicing.